What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Therapy in the Details. I figured I would start out this video by showing you the absolute chaos that transpired last night. I had a very limited amount of time to knock out a quick car wash, and it wasn't even really a car wash. It was like a legit wheel wash with water, because I just never feel like that's going to get cleaned that well. And then it ended up being a rinseless wash with my OG Garage, Obsessed Garage, OG Spec drying aid. But just to give you an idea, you go through a lot of towels when you do a rinseless wash correctly. But that's not the point of today's video. Just wanted to give you a heads up on what this looks like. And then once I'm done explaining what today's video is going to be, I'm going to snap my fingers magically, and this is all going to be cleaned up, and we're going to be properly sitting down talking about today's topic. And the topic of today's video is near and dear to my heart. It's basically going to be talking about masking or trying to cure your insecurities by spending money, I guess giving into peer pressure and spending money or buying things or doing things with your money that you feel, I almost fell, other people would like you more for, when that shouldn't be the case, and very much likely isn't the case. And I've got a personal experience to talk about with that topic. So we're going to get into that in 1 second, but this is what it looks like now. And in 2 seconds, we're going to be sitting down chatting about this. So let's get into today's little video. All right, well, it's not like tremendously better, because none of that can really do much. That's coming with me tomorrow. This is all stuff I still have to open up, and it's raining outside, so I can't even clean my buckets. But my desk is better. That's cool. And that's just a SHIT show, because it's a charging station for everything right now. So let's sit down. Let's talk. Whoa. Oh, hold on. We almost got some kind of something here. Oh, I can actually do this during the video. That's a little ADHD nonsense going on. So bear with me still with this whole idea of videos. I have good intentions, but when I actually sit down and try to execute my good intentions, it all goes to hell. Timing is tough. I'll never apologize for it when it comes to my family, and that's number one for me, is the kids. So if I don't have time because I have to be a daddy, then that's what being a daddy does. You know, it takes away from other stuff that's not as important. Not that you guys aren't important to me, but you're never going to be as important to me as my kids. So that aside, the other thing that's been chaotic is trying to figure out what I want to talk about. Obviously, I can't have a schedule. I can't promise that there's going to be some sort of weekly upload thing. At this point, it's every couple weeks. When it comes out, it comes out. I don't want this to be something where I'm sitting here trying to throw out videos for views and money or channel growth and stuff. The whole point behind this was so that I could talk about stuff that mattered to me and hopefully to some of you. The last few videos that I did have gotten some good feedback message-wise. Private messages, of course, conversations that I've had with many of you already, dozens of you already. Let me know that this is going in the right direction. It's affecting people. It's hitting home and resonating with a lot of you. So I'll continue to do it. If there's value in it for other people, I see the value in it for me then. So that's where we are. Today's video, as I mentioned in that chaotic intro, I was sitting down, and I do have a list. Of course I have a list. Where my lists are just basically generalizing what I want to do, what I want to talk about, topics that I could bring up. But I don't want it to be one of those things where it's like, okay, that's a broad, crazy topic, and I have no experience on it. Like, I'm sure some videos I'll have a topic where I have no experience because I kind of just want to talk about the topic and my opinion on it. Now, again, I'm no professional of any sort, unless you count me professionally damaged in the brain, then yes, I'm right there. I'm top tier stuff. Aged like a fine wine. Sorry if I'm looking away. My security cameras are right above me. It's very distracting. So I want to make sure no one's walking near me or my garage, is what it is. So today's video, so one day I was just sitting there and I was thinking about builds I've done and mods I've done and the vehicles I've done. And, you know, if you've been around in this channel, if you followed this channel for any amount of time, you have seen the Hellcat. And do I feel like it was a waste of money? Yes. Do I regret doing it? No. I'm annoyed by some of the people I've met, but I've grown internally because of that. But the main regrets are the mods and why I did them. The why wasn't apparent until now. But like I said, meeting people was one of the main things I've done anything with YouTube, Instagram, and the cars. And I've always tried to do things where I would be exposed to people and talk to people and grow with people, connect with people. I like being social with people. I like learning about people, about other people's life experiences and stuff. It's a weird thing about me, but I enjoyed that. So, you know, for instance, I met a friend. I'm not going to say anybody's name except for the important people. I met a friend that became a close friend due to that Hellcat build, and then many things exploited the actual intentions of said friend. So, you know, God stepped in and took that friend out, which was good. Then I met other people. I've talked about him in the past, this guy Ruben. He passed away this year. When was it? March 16th. That's when it was. I have his funeral card there. I think about the money I spent, and then I think about the fact that if I didn't have put that money into something so silly, I would have never met someone like him, and I have no regrets meeting him. He was an amazing person. I regret not being as close with him toward the end as I would want to have been. We had some things, some falling outs, but it's getting off topic, as usual. So you can't have full-on regret. You have to try to look at the positives of each situation. You have to try to look at how you grew as an individual, how you handled the situation, because that's a very important thing. And you have to sit there and try to figure out what you learned, not just about yourself, but about other people, about how to act and how to react. So situations are great. But as I said, the main topic, it's not about regret, it's not about learning this and that, it's about why I did those mods. It's, you know, if you're passionate about drag racing and stuff, then the Hellcat was cool. You could do those mods, and there's nothing wrong with doing those mods. It's fun. It's your hobby. It's your passion. It's something that you're into. I was never into racing cars. I was never into having super fast cars. I was never into, you know, crazy in-depth performance builds. If you look at any of my other stuff, I like bolt-ons, some speed, visually appealing, stuff that sounds good. I like my little custom things that I could do, possibly, or have a shop do. So I like those things, but I've never really was into like, oh yeah, we're going to go out and I'm going to hit this time at the track. That wasn't me. I applaud the people that are into that. That's cool. Wasn't me. I allowed myself to get sucked into that, and I didn't realize what I was doing until I looked back. Now, being who I am and what I've went through since 2020. So my insecurities and my like searching for acceptance and searching to fit in and searching to have people, get out of here, bug, searching to have people like me, is why I did it. And that to me means I did it for the wrong reason. You should never spend money or time or devote yourself to something that you're doing for the wrong reasons. So I can look back, knowing who I am more now, and say to myself that I did all of that for the wrong reasons. I spent money and time because I was so upset with my weight and who I was. I was very shy. I started to become very introverted. I was stuck in this garage, and even though I'm not introvert status now, I'm still in this garage, but that's because I have walls built up as high as a building in New York. So I push everyone away for a different reason now. It's because of the things that have happened in the past and the fact that I don't want to get hurt going forward. So now I'm very cautious about who I allow to come in and who I allow close enough to, dink your armor. So again, little broad things, right? But we don't want to get off topic. Don't do things because you're sitting there trying to get approval. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was on the phone with my so-called friend, right? And they were all amping me up, and I don't blame them. It's not their fault. I'm the one that allowed the peer pressure to happen, right? You can always stop it and say no. You can be a man about stuff. I wasn't a man about it, and I admit that. I allowed myself to get convinced into doing something that I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't need a stroker motor. I didn't need bigger superchargers. I didn't need to have somebody change my supercharger. I didn't need to have somebody tune my car and then, have a issue with a tuner and then somehow convince me that I needed to pay him again to retune my car and just give money, all because I wanted to post on Instagram or YouTube or something about, hey guys, look how cool my car sounds. Look how fast my car goes. That wasn't who I am. That's not me. That's a vehicle, right? Vehicles come and go. So now what was I going to do in the long run? What was the end game goal, right? I wasn't going to be racing the car, and, you catch a lot of shit for that. That, it didn't bother me. But, I wasn't going to do anything with the speed. Then I started to become a father, and then I extra didn't want to do stuff with the speed. I wasn't out taking as many chances and doing stupid stuff, and I did stupid stuff. I've documented video-wise my stupid stuff. Those are other things that I do regret doing, because getting to a different age now, I look back and I'm like, oh man, dude, the stupid things you do to try to post a video or something, speeding and risking not just my life, risking other people's lives on the road, risking my children not having their dad for the rest of their lives or as long as God's allowing me to be here. Damn, that's selfish. That's selfish as hell. And you look back, you mature. You do mature. I've had people tell me when I was younger about all the things that I was going to be coming into, about marriage, about responsibility, about, maturing, about not doing certain hobbies and not being into certain things. And I laughed about it. All of us are going to laugh about it. All you young kids are going to laugh about it. But here I sit, 37 years old, heading toward 40s, and, I still feel young. I'm probably in the best shape of my life at the moment, and thank God I have no health issues other than a few minor things here and there that I think everybody goes through. But here I sit trying to tell you young folk that some of this stuff is really not worth it, and you gotta just, you don't even try to listen to me, is what I'm trying to say. You're gonna learn it on your own, and I pray to God that it's not in a bad way or for a bad reason that you're gonna learn it. I hope it's just age that you learn it. You look back one day and it really does happen in an instant. You look back and you're like, holy shit, like, I didn't realize how dangerous it was. I didn't realize that I was doing that for that reason. But my insecurities with myself as a person just opened up floodgates, man. It was terrible. And that's basically what I wanted to talk about and let you know that I came to that realization. Again, is this video all over the place? Of course, they're all going to be. Let's just be real, right? You sit down and it's one of those things where it's kind of like, are we vibing? Are we talking about the same topics? Do we have anything in common? If we do, you watched. If we didn't, you just turned the video off. And that's cool too. You don't have to watch every video. You don't have to agree with every topic. You don't have to like every topic. You know, everybody's got their own little preferences. And everything's going to hit people a different way. And everything's going to matter to somebody. It's not going to matter to other people. So that's what this channel is going to be. You know, we're just going to sit here and figure out what's going on and what we're going to do and where we're heading. So that's today's topic. That was it. You know, just do things where you're coming from the heart and you're like, it's fun. Like for me, detailing, that's never, ever, ever been something forced on me. I came into that. I bought a red vehicle in 2009. It was a 2006 G35 Coupe. And it was the first time I had a dark colored car that I cared about. I saw swirl marks. I was like, wow, I'm really going to be annoyed by looking at that stuff in the sun. And I learned about detailing, and I remember at the time, this is how old this is, I bought this book, and this book was, God, I don't even know how old this book is. It's old, but I was on Auto Geek, and I was buying lots of stuff and polishers, and it was the first vehicle I ever did a paint correction on. Then I started learning about paint sealants. This was before ceramic coatings were even like a big thing. Like they were just coming out and everybody was scared. Well, I don't know about everybody, but I was scared. I still sort of am. It is what it is. But the world was different for me. You know, I came into detailing because I discovered how fun it was. I'm very OCD about organization and, you know, cleaning and turning chaos into something that can flow. You know, not so OCD to the point where it gives me crazy anxiety. Like I could look at the slight mess now on my tables and I know where it's heading. I just can't fix it yet because things have to charge before they go back. I have to move bottles out of that cabinet to put them in this cabinet. I have to do the laundry to put those towels away. I have to put stuff out of the one cabinet away and put my new canopies in that cabinet. There's just things that need to happen in order to do it. But I get excited about the idea of doing it, right? So that's where I am. But detailing was amazing. Making YouTube videos is fun for me because I get to meet people, talk to people. And obviously you learn from criticism. So I've had people call me out on my bullshit and I've learned about stuff. I don't know everything. I never said I did. You know, I do a lot of dumb stuff, but you learn. So that's another thing. Photography, another big thing I want to learn. I've got some really cool camera gear, right? I'm going to take classes eventually and learn better on that. Drones, I like them. I want to get better at that. You know, pew-pew stuff, can't really talk about that on YouTube because you'll get axed. And I love that stuff. So that's just some of the stuff. And then now fitness equipment, again, far from even close to being considered intermediate of anything, right? I just like lifting weights and working out now because my life was changed. When you fall into a hobby and you fall into a field or you fall into something that you fell into naturally and it wasn't coerced or you weren't doing it for the wrong reasons, push with everything you have to those things because that's the fun stuff. That's where you're going to get enjoyment and grow from those hobbies and those fields, right? If that makes any sense. I don't know if it makes any sense, but do things for the right reason. Don't sit there with man boobies like I did and down about the world and feeling sorry for yourself without trying to fix yourself and just trying to buy mods and buy people's attention and buy people's friendships. I did it for the wrong reasons. I can't regret that I did it because now here I am sitting here with the knowledge that I have because of it. So I can't regret that I did it. I just did it for the wrong reasons. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If not, I apologize. But, you know, like I said, I'll do my best with these videos. They're all going to probably be long. I ramble. Deal with it. That's what I've always done. If you don't like it, I'm sorry that this content's not for you. it is what it is. But thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, I really appreciate it. Please consider subscribing, if you want. If not, sorry, it doesn't change what I'm going to post. It just doesn't. But yeah, man, I really have a lot of ideas for videos, and I do want to hear from you. Not a lot of people comment on YouTube as much as some of these other pages, and I don't know what it is, if it's a shyness thing or something, but I would like people to comment topics that they would like to have videos on. Again, I kind of want to focus on stuff that I've had personal experience with, so I don't sound too stupid, even though I do sound that way much of the time. I do. It is what it is, but I'm not afraid of that. So if you want to have conversations about stuff, let me know topics. I've got the next video coming, and I think probably going to talk about body dysmorphia, and there's other topics that I want to get into about anxiety and depression, more about linking with those things. There's videos about insomnia that I want to talk about, fear-related things, fear of change, all videos that are planned that I'm going to sit there and get my thoughts together and see if we could post some stuff. So those are all coming. But again, let me know what kind of topics you would like to hear outside of those things, if there's something specific. Regardless, I hope everybody's staying happy, healthy, and humble. I love you guys, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.